What's going on, guys? Thought I would do a quick Rav4 update video for those in the Facebook group asking about it. So this started life as a 96 two-door Rav4 hardtop. I really wanted to start with a hardtop. Trying to keep weight down as much as possible. This is basically the lightest two-door Rav4 variant. And so we put a 5th gen 3S motor in it. It's got a 4th gen intake manifold. There's a story behind that. I won't get into it, but the 4th gen manifold I prefer for the way that we have to route the intercooler and the piping. So the car is lowered 1.5 to 2 inches on H&R springs. It's going to get lowered more, but for right now, the car does pretty well. It handles pretty well, all things considered. I'll go over the engine setup here in a second. Just pop the hood. So as stated, 3S motor, 5th gen, 4th gen manifold. That's a Nixspeed xona rotor, 3-inch downpipe. That's a Gen 3 manifold, spout fan, tile wastegate, tile blow-off valve, vibrant piping, all pretty straightforward stuff. Unsure on the intercooler specs, but it does fit. Not a lot of intercoolers will fit this location. There's just not a lot of room here. So if you want to retain AC, which in Florida, it's kind of nice to have AC. I'll be able to drive this thing all year round. Has a Caldina transmission, which is different than a GT4 transmission in that the Caldina transmission uses a electronic speed sensor. I have not done the rear disc conversion yet. That's still on drums, which is obviously not ideal. And then you can see the exhaust is 2.5-inch exhaust. That's a vibrant muffler. It was easy enough to source and it's decent enough quality. Otherwise, interior mostly stock, Momo wheel, wedge brackets for the seats. These are Evo 8 Recaros. Let me turn this down. So, well, with the AM gauges, the EGT gauge came not working. Did go with a link screen. It's easier to adapt a speedometer with this setup. And like I said, it gets tuned this weekend. It's got a Walbro 255, which on 15 pounds of boost, we are looking to make approximately 330 to the wheels. It's got a stage 1 clutch. So I don't really want to go any further than that. Kind of feel out the car as is. We will take this to the track. It'll go both to, I'll take it drag racing, but mostly it's going to go to the firm and also eventually Sebring. We do need to lower the car another 1.5 inches to make the safety officials happy, just because they want the track to be wider than it is tall, and right now it's like basically a 1-to-1 ratio there. But we should be able to accomplish that pretty quickly. I have some 17 by 8.5 44 offset Pro Drive wheels for this car, which will run at the track. Ideally, for a daily driver, I think I'd like to go with a 16 by 8 255 50 16, which is an old Mustang tire, but I think that will fill out the wheel wells a little bit more. As you can see, there's a little bit of a cap, but I really like the way this thing handles on 16-inch wheels, and I always try to go as small a wheel as possible. As far as the front brakes are concerned, we will be running a different setup. I have 2 different sets of wheel lip calipers and a 7th gen Celica front brake kit. I just have to find the right rotors. These are 302 millimeter rotors, but they're really, really thin, right from Toyota. So they fade quickly and they warp quickly under heavy abuse. But that's it for now. We'll have a driving video update for everybody once it gets back from the tuner, and we'll kind of update from there, and then I will let everybody know how this thing does, both at drag racing and then ideally autocross and some road racing. So that's an intro to the 96 Rav4 build, and we will update you again once the car is making a bit more power. Take care.